How you going? I'm John Williamson. You know, I've been writing songs about the bush now for 30 years, and I'm especially inspired by those areas that are unspoiled, the same as they were 250 years ago. It's these places that make me really proud to be a part of this ancient land. And after all the landscapes I've experienced in Australia, my favourite place is just near the Gold Coast in southeast Queensland. It's called Springbrook.
But I'm not alone. Back in the 1920s, a fella called Clary Trist, who worked for the Queensland Forestry Department, was so captivated by Springbrook that he declared that this area should be kept in its pristine condition for eternity, so that everybody who came after him could have that same experience. Since then, we have realised it's so special that it's World Heritage listed. Springbrook was formed 2 million years ago by a giant volcanic explosion where Mount Warning now sits. This mighty upheaval created this little isolated plateau. Today Springbrook is like a freckle on the map, an island in a sea of development. Up here are the original remnants of Gondwana. There are stands of ancient beech trees that are older than Christianity. There is the meeting of two different forest systems, cool temperate and warm temperate, which is absolutely unique. In fact, Springbrook is listed as number 5 in the world for its biodiversity. In other words, it's up there with the Amazon, with its plants, birds and animals. 60 years ago, Clary saved this place from exploitation, and now we've got to save it again.
Can you believe developers are proposing to build a cable car to bring 900 people, that's 3 jumbo jet loads, into the rainforest every hour? Now that's 2 million people a year.
Developers are proposing to build a cableway from near the little town of Mudgeeraba, through the water catchment area for the Gold Coast, through the state forest, and up through the World Heritage National Park to Springbrook. Land is designated for different uses, but as you can see, it is one continuous ecosystem. Let's take a look at what would happen to this area. Developers want to build a large station on private land called Creek Station, next to Mudgeeraba Creek. The next station would be built on top of the ridge at Little Nerang Road, called Dam Station. This strip of forest would be cleared to hide the towers and cables. 7 pylons in all, constructed over 1.4 kilometres. Then the cableway would travel through the water reserve and state forest for 4 kilometres to Forest Station, another 12 pylons in this beautiful landscape. From Forest Station, the joyride goes to Fall Station, adjacent to Purlingbrook Falls, another 17 pylons, some over 50 metres high. Part of this go through the World Heritage area of Springbrook. But for the plants and animals, this is all the same countryside. And to construct the Fall Station, more land would have to be cleared to try and hide the sight of towers and cables from some national park viewing areas. And into this sensitive area, the cableway would be able to bring 900 people every hour. Now the developers have said they probably won't attract that many. But wait a minute, the Gold Coast is the fastest growing area in the country, and it has Brisbane to draw from, so who are they kidding? As demand grows, so will the number of people, and this creates more problems. In Sydney, 2 years ago, there was pollution in the catchment areas which got into the drinking water. Hospitals, homes for the aged, schools, daycare centres, public swimming pools, all had to test their water daily. The Sydney crisis cost more than $33 million. Now Sydney plans to restrict development in the water catchment areas. The CSIRO says it's the only way to go. In other words, the health of the Gold Coast depends on keeping Springbrook pristine.
Now there's a cable car at Coranda near Cairns, but it doesn't go through the water catchment.
The Coranda Wilderness area is 300 times bigger than Springbrook. That's a huge difference. Springbrook is in the heart of a major bushfire area. Coranda isn't. Coranda is already established as a mass tourism destination with a scenic railway. It can't be called pristine like Springbrook. Coranda is not an island of wilderness. Springbrook is absolutely unique. It has flora that is found nowhere else in the world. Almost 500,000 people already visit this region each year, and the numbers are growing. The cable car would force feed 2 million into the rainforest on this conveyor belt. It will destroy the very thing that makes Springbrook unique. Can you imagine this noisy mechanical presence where people used to stroll in peace? Now down at Mudgeeraba, buses would constantly flow through the village and past schools and residential areas to feed the cable car. At least 20 buses an hour are needed for 900 people. And traffic will increase on the narrow road to Springbrook, as it did in Coranda.
Now I'm not against cable cars, and I'm not against creating a few new jobs, but I am against the destruction of our national monuments.
This fragment of unique nature wasn't saved all this time to be exploited.
80% of people at Springbrook don't want a cable car. We should all join Clary Trist and honour the great man's promise. Don't cop it sweet. Here's what you can do.
Hey, true blue, don't say you've gone. Say you've knocked off for a smoker, and you'll be back later on. Hey, true blue, hey, true blue, give it to me straight, face to face. Are you really disappearing? Just another dying race. Hey, true blue, true blue, is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a bite? Or just Vegemite? True blue, I'm asking you. Hey, true blue, can you bear the load? Will you tie it up with wire just to keep